Hey folks, Chad Duplantis here with Dentists in the Know, and I am with my good friend, Dr. Howard Glazer. And today we are we're at Chicago Midwinter.
Absolutely.
Howard's scouting. We're going to tell you what we're going to talk about in just a second, but I want to ask you really quick because right before we got in the booth, I noticed that your badge says Scout. So real quick, tell us what a Scout is and how that all works.
Well, Scout is easy. He rides ahead of the Long Ranger. No, it's so what it works is I'll go to and I'll visit the exhibit hall for sure, but I'll go to the lecture rooms and I'll look to see who's up and coming, what their topics are, what the audience reaction is to the speaker. And then sometimes I get to discover people like Jennifer Bell and Chad Duplantis and Jeff Horowitz who are really good and are getting a message out that's of value to patients. So I scout for my meeting in Longboat Key, Smiles in the Sun.
Sure.
And I also scout for the Big Apple Dental meeting, which is Bronx County Dental Society, and several others along the way I advise, like the Alabama Dental Association. I'll talk to them. And a lot of people call me, where do you think we should be? Who's good on the circuit? And I've been blessed 50 years in dentistry and I'm still on the circuit. So,
it's really interesting as a speaker. And I know before you were scouting, as a speaker, the first time you do at a meeting like this, you hear that there are going to be scouts in the room, but you don't know what the hell a scout is. And then all of a sudden you see them come in with the badges. And it's kind of funny because you want to make sure that you're giving your best stuff when they're in the room. And then when they leave, everything goes to hell in a handbasket. But no, it is always fun. And and I know that it's always fun when a scout engages you after the presentation and says, hey, I'd love to have you come here. I'd love to have you come there. But, these are the people that we need to impress. And as a speaker, we're all very thankful for them being at the meeting. So thank you for that.
Yeah. So it's fun because we do find talent that's somebody might not have heard of.
Yeah. It's always, you can tell the caliber of the scout by the caliber of the meeting. And we were just talking about a few that we really love. But speaking of meetings, this year, I, along with Jennifer Bell, will be speaking at Smiles in the Sun, which is Longboat Key. And it is April 23rd through Wednesday, April 23rd through Saturday, April 25th. Sixth. Gosh, get the days right, Chad. Wednesday, April 23rd through Saturday, April 26th in Longboat Key. And, when I first heard about this meeting, of course, I've known of Howard and gotten to know you, Howard, over the past few years. But everybody who we talk about Smiles in the Sun is like, oh, you're doing Howard's meeting. You're doing Howard's meeting. And it's got a great reputation. So I'm honored to be there. I know Jennifer is as well. Tell us a little bit about Smiles in the Sun, how it started, where it's at, and what's going on.
Thank you for all the accolades. It's been a pleasurable thing to do, just like what you do with Dings. It's absolutely great.
Thank you for that.
And it's rewarding. So it started out, believe it or not, there were three of us. I had two partners, Richard Welligniger and Roy Sonkin. Unfortunately, both have passed, and I'm continuing it on. And we started out in Cabo San Lucas. The original name of the company was Cabo Dent.
Cabo Dent, okay.
And we went there on just a trip, the three couples, and we had fun. And we said, man, maybe some dentists want to come down here. We make a deal out of it. And we did. And we had a fight with NAFTA and getting sponsors, and it was terrible. One thing was really comical. The first year we did it, we didn't have a registration of more than 8 people. And to make it look like we had people in the room, we gave hats and shirts to the gardening staff and had them sit down in the room and took pictures from the back. So it looked like we had a full room.
That's fantastic.
It went along for 3 years there. And then we had some problems with the hotel. We had some problems with Mexico. I couldn't get vendors to come down, and vendors pay for meetings like this.
Yeah.
And, that's very important. And I look at vendors as material resource people. Not really. They're trying to sell you, but nobody knows their products better than they do. Even you and I who study those products. So I always like having a relationship with vendors. Be that as it may, we found a place in Longboat Key, the resort at Longboat Key, which is not the Keys, it's Sarasota, Florida. So there's an airport right in Sarasota. An hour and 10 minutes north is Tampa, and an hour and a half south is Fort Myers. So easy to get to. It works out really well because I've been fortunate because I know such great people like you and Jennifer to bring in top speakers. And we have 20 credits approved CE courses. It's an all-inclusive meeting. So the fee you pay includes all the social functions, like Wednesday night's a meet and greet, Thursday night is a putting tournament, buffet dinner, Friday night is a beach barbecue. And I like our last function of the meeting on Saturdays. We do an old-fashioned ice cream social, and we call it Sundays on Saturday.
That's awesome.
You know, but all the lunch and learns are included Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We guarantee the meeting starts at 8 in the morning. It finishes at 2:30 every afternoon, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Feet in the sand by 2:35.
You know, tell us a little bit about the speakers this year.
Well, the speakers is I'm leading off the speaking, and
Okay.
I've been I've been asked by popular demand, as they say. I haven't spoken at our meeting for a number of years because it's such great talent I wanted to bring in. But a lot of people recognize me for the column that I do. I have it, you need it,
Okay.
and I write that for dental economics. And they've asked me to come give me an update on what's new and what's exciting. And as you know, things we talk about now didn't exist 5 years ago. And what we're talking about now is going to be replaced in 5 years. So you got to be on top of it. So I'm going to kick off the meeting on Thursday with my I have it, you need it. I'll be followed in the afternoon by hands-on and some additional speakers. That part of the schedule is being firmed up right now. But I will have somebody on protecting your wealth that you accumulate in dentistry. A speaker from Legally Mine will be there. I will have a CPA that focuses on dental practices. He's excellent. I actually bring him in to speak to my residents before graduation so they know what an independent contractor is. What's the difference between a 1099 and a W-2 employee, stuff like that. So it makes sense to do that. I have two fabulous speakers on Friday. I have yourself and I have Jennifer. And I don't say that lightly because we're doing this.
Appreciate it.
There's a reason I asked you that to do this before. And in fact, I asked you once before and you had a scheduling conflict. You know, so I'm glad it worked out now.
Very glad it worked out as well.
Yeah, it worked out well. And Jennifer, and it's going to be a powerhouse program because you're going to discuss the workflow with incorporating digital, which you have to nowadays, I think, to be up to speed.
Absolutely.
Economically, patient comfort, patient satisfaction, it all fits into that. Well, we're going to do something to take it one step further with doing some 3D printing on site in a participation kind of a vein. Jennifer's going to bring in some impression material, I know, with you, and we're going to do some things and extend the whole day rather than just breaking the morning for you. We'll have you go the whole time to 2:30 and still feed everybody for lunch. Too. Food is very important. We learn better when the stomach is satisfied.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
And on Saturday, who's occupied that space for 5 years now, is Deborah Engelhart-Nash. And there probably is no one greater when it comes to patient communication between the doctor and the patient, the staff and the patient, the doctor and the staff. And she's got a great topic this year. She's called it, Doctor, is your staff showing? You know? Now, we could take that two ways, but, we won't go that way. It's a family program, Dinks, right?
That's family, family. We can still say bad words, though.
Despite the alcohol, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
But it's a great program. And everybody who's come, I will tell you, 35 to 45% of my guests return every year. We have a limited number of vendors that I invite to be there. And we go with the speakers that you invite to have them come and support you. So it makes it a very fun meeting. If you like to fish, we run a fishing tournament on Wednesday morning before the meeting. So come down on Tuesday. My hotel rates are cheaper than anybody ever gets at the hotel.
You know, it's when I looked, it's funny. I did not know Longboat Key. And so when Howard first told me this meeting and told me everything that was going on, I'm like, I mean, who doesn't want to go to Florida, right? I mean, I love Florida. I was looking at the pictures of Longboat Key and I said, why in the hell haven't I found this place yet? I haven't even been there, but you look at the pictures and you're like, it's on the Gulf side.
Yep.
Which I'm sorry, folks that live on the Atlantic side. The Gulf is
much better.
Much better. It's much more beautiful, Caribbean-like water. So it's on the Gulf side. It's easy to get to. You know, I'm excited. I can't wait to be there. And I know that you're going to be running a special. So you want to tell
So
us about that?
I've got a special for the dinks. The registration it's all inclusive.
Okay.
A hotel airfare is your own deal, right? But in terms of the registration for the meeting, it's $23.95. But I have a dinky special,
There you go.
and the dinky special is $400 off that registration. It's then $19.95. If you're bringing a spouse, significant other, staff member, it's $6.95. But that's two is all inclusive, and that's off the $740 it should be. But there is a special registration form that says Dinks on top that they can get by contacting you, Jennifer, or Jeff through the Dinks website. You'll have it there. And if they're looking and don't find you, they can find me. I'm easy. It's Glazer, HGLAZER 264 at gmail.com. And I'll send them a PDF of the brochure. I'll send them the registration form, whatever works.
You know, I'm going to say it again. There's a lot of meetings that we say, oh, I'm going to speak here, and you don't get anything. I'm going to speak here. You don't get a response from somebody. It doesn't mean it's not good. It doesn't mean it's bad. Say you're going to speak at Smiles in the Sun, and everybody's like, oh, you're going to Glazer's event. That's a fun event. So I'm really looking forward to it. So everybody, if you have any interest in going, we hope that you do. It's going to be a fun 3 days. I have yet to meet Deborah. I cannot wait to meet her. I know Howard's an incredible speaker. So my plan is to fly in on Wednesday evening, just because I have to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and plan to be there for at least, Thursday and Friday's events. And please ask us if you'd like to go, and we'll get you that $400 discount. April 23rd through 26th, 2025, Longboat Key. Be there.
Thanks, Chad.
Thank you. That's good stuff, man.